Hello to all of my BPTV fans, YouTube fans, and new fans and possible fans of my guests. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. Somehow I created this Talking Machine show last year, and this is my 26th Talking Machine show. Sorry for the little mistake there, but we've been doing it. I'm proud and honored with all the great feedback and the great guests I've had. And I have two great guests for you to meet and inspire you today. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves right now.
Giovanni Molinaro.
Okay.
Dr. David Maystein.
Thank you. And now you know I got to ask questions. Giovanni, are you ready? We became friends the last few months. I have to share this. He was on a show with my co-host Smokin' Jim Frazier on PCTV and the Pittsburgh cable system. And he was also with a great friend of mine who recommended I contact Giovanni and talk about what he's doing. So that's why we're here today, and Sarah Mosen is just great. She moved to Canada, so we don't really see her anymore. And Giovanni, where were you born at?
I was born in Pittsburgh.
Okay. And where'd you grow up?
I always grew up in Beechview my whole life.
You're kidding.
No.
I grew up in Greentree. I played baseball against the tough Beechview guys. I got stories. We'll talk afterwards.
Okay.
They were some good ball players.
I'm pretty sure. Were you good?
Well, here's how good I was. Sorry to get a little distracted. I was so good, I was striking them out, and they never hit a home run against me in Pony League. After a couple games, they said, "Would you pitch for us?" I go, "I live in Greentree, not Beechview." They go, "We'll work it out." That's my story. Where'd you go to school then, Giovanni?
First I attended Catholic school, then I entered the public school.
What Catholic school?
I went to St. Mary's, then I went to St. Bernard's, then I went to Brookline, and then I went to...
You traveled around.
Yeah.
Nice. And you still were in Beechview the whole time, like
Yeah.
you said. I'm just checking.
Yeah.
All right, just making it clear. And then where'd you go after the churches?
I went to Pittsburgh Brookline. They started bocce this year. That's our new coming event. And I went to Brashear for high school.
Ah, nice. I know people that went to Brashear and stuff over the years. So some are great basketball players and things like that too, and football and great sports things. Did you play any sports?
In high school, I did the unified track.
Oh, did you? What did you do?
I did the 100 meter and I did the shot put.
No, that's good. Did you have any good times?
I did. It was about being a part of some to build a relationship with.
I like that. That's right up my alley.
Yeah.
And what did you do after high school?
I continued my journey with them. I do landscape work on the side, but I continue with Special Olympics to help our brothers and sisters with special needs.
Well, let me just get to that. How did you get involved with Special Olympics and why?
My senior year, it was closing time, and I kind of went to Mike Bavino. He's not here, though. He's another senior.
I heard about him. All good things.
Then I asked him if I could continue. They opened their arms and said, "You're welcome here anytime." And I just wanted to continue ever since.
And how old were you at that time?
I was about 18 years.
You were just turning 18?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're out of high school now.
Yeah.
And you graduated, right?
Yeah, 2018.
Okay, then we can move on from that because you got the lead advisor in Pittsburgh of the Special Olympics. I'm honored to have you on here. Please tell us your name.
Thank you. I'm David Maystein.
Thank you. And you said doctor before, so I respect that.
Thank you, yes.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Pittsburgh.
Where
at? Squirrel Hill.
I know the area.
Yep, and born and raised. I lived there most of my life.
Okay.
I went to Linden School.
Okay.
East Hills.
See, you listen to me interview
I did.
Giovanni.
I'm going to
You're
help
saving
you out.
my breath. I appreciate this. We'll carry on. So you went to those schools.
I went to
and
those
where'd you
schools.
go to high school?
I graduated from Taylor Alderdice.
That's funny how a lot of guys in Squirrel Hill went to Taylor Alderdice.
It's amazing.
Some coincidence.
It's funny how things work out.
Definitely.
And then after I stayed in Pittsburgh, a lot of my friends left Pittsburgh and went away to school. I stayed home, and I went to Pitt
Okay.
for my undergrad.
And what were you
and
studying?
psychology and philosophy and
Oh,
writing.
you work out great with me here.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. You can dig deep.
We can dig deep. Oh boy, can we dig!
Yes.
And then I took some time off from
Why?
school because I really
You had
I
enough.
was done with school for a while, and
What'd
I
you
was
do during your hiatus?
I was a bartender and a waiter.
Okay.
You
Typical
know,
Pittsburgh guy and girl that do those things.
And I did that until I got sick of doing that. And the late
What was
nights.
your best bar that you were at in Squirrel Hill?
Well, I worked in Shadyside.
Oh, okay. In Shadyside, they have some great places.
So Doc's Place and the Elbow Room. Doc's Place.
Okay, I'm
both of
familiar
those
with the
restaurants
Elbow Room.
Are closed.
Yes.
And
That
so
happens.
people move on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And things change.
Yes.
Definitely. And I'll give you a Taylor Alderdice story. On my Pittsburgh Sportsline show that people know me on,
Yep.
Taylor Alderdice a few years ago was #1 in Western Pennsylvania. That was the same day I had him on my show at Atreus PNC Park. You talk about a coincidence
Yeah.
and being blessed. They were there, and then their head coach, Buddy Valinsky,
Right.
he was telling stories about refereeing with my legendary Hall of Fame dad, Jewish Hall of Fame as a referee. Dad,
Right.
Saul Levine, he broke in the refereeing with my dad. He had great stories to share with me about interacting with my dad. He died 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So may he
Condolences.
rest in peace, but he was
Yeah.
just a great guy.
Yeah, and Buddy was just an incredible athlete,
I
an
had heard.
incredible coach.
Oh,
And,
look what he's done with his
yeah.
teams. After he had a couple of good brothers that were
Yeah.
playing and they won, they didn't think he'd do anything the next year, and he did the same.
Yeah,
So it was like 3-4 years in a row that he was like at the top.
yeah,
And, you know, it's tough to stay at those levels.
yeah, yeah.
No doubt. But what a small world. You know him and have interacted with him.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing that. Now, we got to dig in with Giovanni and Special Olympics. What happened when you first started? What was your mission to do?
I was their spokesman.
What?
I was the spokesman.
That is great
Then they
for an
promoted.
18-year-old.
Yeah.
Wow, you're pumping me up. Carry on.
Then they promoted me this year to be their ambassador.
So in 4 years, you became the ambassador.
Yeah.
So what Giovanni is growing into being with Special Olympics PA. So
Understand?
in Special Olympics PA, we're promoting the Unified Champion Schools program. Giovanni is in the process of becoming a global ambassador.
That is so great.
Right, and so we are working on training dates for Giovanni to take on that role.
No, that is great because, you know, Eric from the chief of police, he goes
Scott
by
Schubert.
Scott Eric, yeah, Scott Schubert.
Yeah.
I had him on my show, and he had a young man, I forget, but they called him the mayor of Brookline, that he was a golfer, and he was at the Olympics in China, which is back in 2004. And he told me a great story where he's such a great guy, has some type of handicap, but he could golf. And the Chinese guy he was against didn't have clubs. He lent him his clubs. So you're bringing up great people in the community. Look, I had an Olympic story. You know, it's just cool stuff. So carry on. So what did you do with different events? I know there's the polar plunge.
We raised our goal. I know David's pretty upset about we raised more, but
So Giovanni, talk about the polar plunge and
I know about it, so fill me in
Yeah.
what you did in the polar plunge. Because Scott invited me to go, and he was on my show right after I had my kidney transplant. Now I have to watch because I'm on anti-remission drugs and my immune system's getting destroyed, so I can get sick very easy. So I said, I can't be going in the polar plunge.
it's okay. I jumped in for you, Alan, so I just pretended you were there.
My man.
There was a lot of people who jumped in. Scott Schubert jumped in.
Well, he does all the time. He's the greatest. Truly a great guy with what he does. Now, I saw the 20-second clips of you coming out,
Yeah.
but you were in there. How cold was it?
I didn't feel cold at all.
You were inspired.
Yeah,
Were you excited?
I was. I got to see some of our Special Olympics brothers, our family members. Matt Aaron, our CEO, the president was there, and Mike Bavina was there.
Wow, you're with all the big boys.
Yeah,
And you just went in no problem. You had your swim trunks on.
yeah, it was like Superman.
You looked like it was a summer day.
It was, actually. I was at the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
You got to watch the bottles and rocks.
yeah.
So-
And the snow, too, so
Well, yeah, there was some that day. No, it's good. Was there a good crowd then too?
there was. We actually hired a photographer this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then we got to go bottom line. He's my hero because he raised an amount of money that I thought was off the charts. Tell them what you raised and don't exaggerate.
We've raised the $5,000 goal.
How did you do it?
Charity.
How did you ask?
We actually have a website page for Team Giovanni, which that's
Tell them the website name.
it's actually polarplunge.com, and you can type in Team Giovanni, and you can overlook on who joined my team and who raised.
Wow. How many were on your team?
Just one. Oh, actually, sorry, two.
See, I knew I could get it out of you. All right. So tell them how to donate.
It's easily simple. You can donate to my team, Team Giovanni, or if you want to join my team, there's one ad that will say team, or the other one says
There's
you join.
links for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do kidney fundraising for the local chapter of the Kidney Foundation, so I know that. I have a team talking machine, so they can donate to that, but that's for kidneys.
I think we're going to have to get a team talking machine for the Polar Plunge
We may
for
have to
next
do-
year. Even though
I can't dive in.
We will not. You can hold towels,
Whoa!
right? You could.
Long as I'm dressed warm.
There, you can dress warm and
You can give
bring
me a
towels,
towel for
but
around my head.
I think Jonathan, who's videotaping us, said he's going to jump into. I see him jumping in.
Whoa! He's a local Bethel Park graduate and resident, so we'll see if I can coerce him.
All right.
All right. You know, I'm looking for people to help too at all times.
Okay.
And I'll just share this. I feel so much better when I can help somebody. And you will too, and I've been doing it my whole life. Look, I got both of you on and never met you.
Yeah.
So you raised $5,000, hit your goal,
Yeah.
and you said David would be upset. How could he be upset?
He didn't.
jealous is more.
Okay.
is a-
He didn't raise his goal.
Doctor,
Right.
thank you for digging
Yes.
deep on that because I'm
Yes.
very literal at times, not sarcastic.
Yes.
So I appreciate that.
So on our team,
Yeah.
which we were PPS administration plungers.
Whoa.
That was our team name.
Couldn't be simple like
no, and-
David's team.
That's of course not. And so we raised, and we're very happy.
Yeah.
We were very happy with the amount that we raised.
How much did you lose by?
A lot. We raised almost $900,
Wow.
and we were, thrilled with that amount. And we were really thrilled until Giovanni and Mike Bavino
Crushed
who-
you.
It wasn't. We're in a different league, a different division.
No, I understand that.
for
Being a
us.
sports guy,
Yeah.
there's different levels.
That's right. And
Yeah.
so
You were just at the lower level, the entry level.
that's right. It was our first. It was our first time doing this. So
Oh, well, that's a
next
great
year,
start.
We're showing up differently next year for Team Giovanni.
Well, if you're like me and other Pittsburgh guys,
Yeah,
we just like to win.
exactly.
And we're not afraid of competition.
Right.
We welcome it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, no, I know you'll crack 1,000
Yeah.
next
so
year.
that will be our goal.
I know.
Is to crack.
How do I know
1,000.
these things,
Yeah.
Doctor? You got to get inside here.
Yes. That psychology degree.
Yeah, I know. You got something there. So, what's the future for Giovanni?
I'm doing landscape work. I actually want to open my own landscaping business and help children with special needs.
Oh, really? Wow, that's noble. And do you like to cut grass?
I love him. You can say that name, and that could be my middle name.
Giovanni Grass Molinari.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I go by G the Landscaper.
G Landscaper.
G the Landscaper.
G the Lands. Thank you for the correction there. GTheLandscaper.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no website yet.
Well, go to GoDaddy and get it. That's where I got my Pittsburgh Sports Line and Talking Machine websites.
Okay.
I don't use them because I got Facebook and I put everything up on Facebook.
Okay.
Just so you know.
All right.
And you've seen me what I post.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's interesting stuff.
It is.
Definitely. Okay, where are you going to cut grass at?
I do through beach. I've been studying for my permit, so hopefully I can
Drive.
Come like out here to Bethel Park, Mount Lebanon.
Whoa.
I'm gonna bring Alan with me. He can ride the mower too as well if I get a rider.
Oh, get on.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I got about 1/3 of an acre.
Can I come over and cut the grass?
We'll have to think about it. We'll see what you charge.
I might give you the family discount plan.
Sign me up.
All right.
We will talk.
All right.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
And, get that license or get a driver. So we'll
Right.
do it. I'm 5 minutes away from the studio.
All right.
That's how close I am.
Okay, I'll have to get the rider mower ready to go.
Wow. No, and I have a front yard that's sloped like this, so it's a bit of a hill. And we just use a hand power mower because we're strong. We're Levine strong. So that's how we operate.
When I was a baby, I always heard the story. Nobody else could have probably done this.
Okay.
I lifted myself up for the doctor.
Wow. When you were a little baby.
Yeah, I was at the doctor's office. They
Well,
had me,
you look like a strong, big guy.
Yeah.
So you carried on as you
Yeah.
got older.
yeah, I lifted myself up, lifted my head up like this, and went back down.
That is impressive. I have a daughter and a son, so I know what that's like when they started doing that. Sometimes it takes up to 6 months. And you were good to go the first month.
Yeah,
Well, was your dad a big, strong guy?
he is.
Yeah. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I got one brother.
Older or younger?
Younger, I'm the older one.
You're the oldest like me.
Yeah,
I got 3 younger sisters, and they're all 5 foot tall.
I'm taller than my brother.
Well, I'm taller than all those sisters because I'm 6 foot.
That's the same height I am.
All right, that's why we get along.
Yeah.
You gonna have your brother help you?
Nah.
Not with the landscaping. You
No.
want to do it on your own.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have handicap.
Yeah,
Guys.
people with special needs come and work, and whenever I make goes to the Disability Foundation, and the half will go to Special Olympics.
What about some money for you for gas? You may have to think about that.
Yeah,
Just saying, with the way prices have gone up,
yeah,
it's not $2 gas.
No.
It's over 4. So you start going 20, 30, 40 miles in a day, depending on what you're getting per gallon. We won't get geekish on that, but
No.
it adds up. Yeah. So you got to get a little money to reimburse you there.
Yes.
And if you're donating it, you're even a bigger hero to me doing that to 2 different groups.
I want to do something like to give back to my community, because I love our community.
Yeah, me too. I agree with you. No, that's very noble. What do you think of this young man, David?
I've known Giovanni for
3 years.
4 years.
Whoa,
since
you're
the
getting older.
2017-2018 school year, your senior year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so immediately when I met Giovanni, he knew my name, and he was always asking me and following up on things that needed to happen.
He's
at
one
the
of those
share.
guys that follow
Absolutely.
through. They don't just talk, they
Yep.
do it.
And so he
Welcome
asked,
aboard.
He asked a lot to make sure that everything from the district was ready to go for the Special Olympics.
I call it lining the ducks up in a row.
Yes.
If you line your ducks up in a row, then you know what you're going to do. And I've done that for years when I was a union guy and a steward and things like that. We do different events and help others out in our community. So I appreciate what you're doing. Definitely. What do your parents think of what you're doing?
They love it.
Oh, they got to. I'm best friends with your mother now after I talk to her. She likes all my loose leaf green tea weather reports every day. She wishes me a great day and a weekend all the time. So you have a great mother.
Well, thank you.
No, and you must have good parents to bring you up like this because you're a superstar.
I should be.
You are.
I don't feel like a superstar. I feel like a hero more.
Yeah, well, you are. Look what you're doing. And how do you feel about doing it?
I love it. I would like to see more kids give back to the community.
Sure, we'll do it one at a time.
Okay.
Don't worry about getting a whole team. Just get one.
All right, I'm going to get you on my team.
You might.
Okay.
You got to work hard because I'm strong.
Okay.
You got to work.
All right.
and I do a few different things out there. So
All right.
definitely. What do you have any other events throughout the year,
We
or are
did.
you looking into it, or?
We just started bocce this year. We actually started working with the elementary students.
That's why I'm bringing it up, because just before the show, they came a little late and we talked a little bit, and he told me that. So talk about bocce. Because I grew up with all Italian guys in Greentree and families, and they were teaching me bocce when I was a kid. And with my last name, when I was pitching, they called me Lavini, because I have a vowel at the end of my name.
Lavini.
Yeah.
I know what to call you from now on, Lavini.
All right, you got it. I gave you my secret. So what's this bocce deal?
It's something new this year. It's something the Italians have started, but this is the first time that Special Olympics is doing bocce.
Nice. And where are you going to be doing it at? What school?
They're actually,
Or a field? There's Dormont has, don't they have like horseshoes and bocce there, or maybe it's just horseshoes?
I think it's going to be at an OCA this year.
Okay, and where's that?
Oliver City White Academy. That's near the North Shore, I believe.
So,
Help them.
so let me here. He's phoning a friend.
Yeah, we do that
So
here.
the bocce is a sport that we added in Pittsburgh
Okay.
for Unified Champion Schools.
Okay.
Unified Champion Schools is the umbrella program.
Okay, I needed that information.
Yes.
And we need it, my fans and friends.
Yes,
and-
Unified Champion Schools is the umbrella program that we use to promote full inclusion and acceptance. It's really a strategy to help improve school culture.
and what are your goals with that?
So there are three components. One of
figured
them
we'd get into it.
is unified sports.
Okay.
And so for Pittsburgh, they have bocce, which this is the first year.
Initial,
and
yeah.
track and field, the unified track and
Oh,
field.
right like you.
Yeah.
There is an inclusive youth leadership club.
Okay.
That's a component.
And from what age? What age are they allowed to get involved?
For the past 7 years, it's only been at the high school level.
Okay.
And this year,
Just trying to clarify
Yep.
for people that have family
sure.
and
Well,
kids.
this year, Special Olympics Pennsylvania received a grant from the Department of Education
Great.
to expand the Unified Champion Schools
You
program
must be doing well.
throughout the Pittsburgh Public School District.
That is
And
so
so
great.
we went into 9 middle-level programs this year.
9.
9. So Giovanni is referring to the middle school program
Okay.
where we rolled out bocce.
Well, I got to ask this question because I'm curious. How many students are there in the public school system? Roughly.
So
I know it's changed.
I'm a retired
I
PPS
understand, but-
employee, and I believe
Give me a guess.
somewhere be 20, 21,000 students.
Okay.
Somewhere.
I just wanted to get out
ballpark
that there's a large group of
Yeah.
students out there
So-
to pull from.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is the second largest school district in the state.
I know
behind
Philadelphia
Philly.
has to beat us. We always compete with them.
Right.
We're not fans of Philly. Just saying.
Right.
I actually know a teacher from Brooklyn who was born in Philly and always supported the Philadelphia Flyers.
I know, that's how they are. I'll share a story off air about when I went to Philly to help my sister move to New Jersey, North Wildwood. It's a funny story. But it's about the Flyers. Or no, the Eagles. So I'll share that with you. But no, that's cool that 21,000 kids are involved in it. How many schools are in a city now? Because haven't they reduced some of the schools and combined some
So
of them?
again, I haven't worked.
testing your
I haven't worked for
experience.
the district for a good
How long?
year and a half. I retired a year and a half ago, and
Glad you
there-
made it to
there were-
retirement.
I feel blessed. About 54 schools
Okay.
in the district.
No, because the numbers are just interesting because look at how big Pittsburgh was 25 years ago or
Right.
so, and now we're around a little over 300-some thousand
Yeah.
people in the city,
Right.
with things. So, I remember working there in 1971 as a 15-year-old as a stock boy at Ralph's Discount that was near Kaufman's up there on Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh was booming. It
Yeah,
was just a very vibrant
There were different
downtown
industries
area.
in Pittsburgh at the time.
We had about half a dozen top 500 companies in the United States.
Yeah.
And top 500 is your top 500 companies.
Right.
We may have even had 8 or 9. So, and look at how they've been bought out, moved. Look at even Heinz isn't here anymore. So,
That's a different show.
I know. It truly is. No, I appreciate your information and all that. We got a couple more minutes. What do you want people to do to help you guys out? And I'll start with Giovanni and then I'll end with you, David, on that.
Sure.
How can they help you now?
By getting your kids together and just whenever.
That's what you want. Just tell them what you want.
I want to see more kids without special needs.
From what age? What age?
Any age.
Any age. How about as young as 8?
That's fine.
You'd like that? 8-year-old kids? All right. You may have to be like a parent then.
That's fine.
Okay, you can handle it?
Yeah.
You heard it right from my new hero, Special Olympic guy, Giovanni. He wants you and your kids to help out with Special Olympics, especially if you aren't special needs. Did I explain it clear enough?
Yes.
David, what do you think people should do and try to do for you guys? Ask now, because I'm promoting good people in the area.
When there are opportunities for children to join a Unified Champion School program,
Okay.
please do so.
How do they get a hold of them?
That when it comes into different schools,
Yeah.
it'll be promoted at the school.
And there'll be links and information.
Yeah,
on
there'll
that.
be.
How
Well,
do
it'll
they
come through the
contact
building
you?
principal.
How do they contact you if somebody wants to contact you?
If somebody wants to contact me,
Yeah, to precipitate a move.
so if somebody wants to, I would tell them to contact the school district. So I'm a liaison between Special Olympics PA
I'm trying to see
and
how
the
deep I
district.
can go. We
I'm-
have
I'm-
no phone numbers for you. If there's a school doing something that they do, that's who you contact. I try to clarify to
That
get the
would
word
be
out.
the best way to do
Did
it.
I explain it all right?
That sounds like you did a good job, Alan.
Well, I try my best, and we're going to end this show with Giovanni. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Alan.
You're welcome, Dr. David. So nice to meet you. And thanks for adding to our experience about Special Olympics. And please help Giovanni's team.
Thank you.
All right. And thank you all for watching my shows. Love the great feedback and the interest you have. And I've even had people, they go, I know you know a lot of people, but where do you get these great guests? Here's 2 more. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. Every second Wednesday and fourth Wednesday of each month, I do a show at 2 o'clock. So stay tuned. You can go to the Alan Levine Talking Machine Show page on Facebook. All my Speedy Gourmets and the Talking Machine Show is there. And this show could be up in a day or 2. Until the next time, thanks again, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show.